Hi, Sag. Welcome back to our channel. I'm going to be doing a reading about what you are not expecting to happen in July, okay? So let me pull some cards and see what comes out for you, and we're going to jump right in. I hope that you guys are having a great week so far. Give me some messages for my Saggies and Sagittarius placements. What are they not expecting in the month of July? What are they not expecting? What are they not expecting? All right, let's see. All right, Sag. So I feel like something regarding your life path could be unlocking this month that you're not expecting. Okay. Maybe you have a big goal at hand, or this feels like destiny or fate for you. So it doesn't feel like maybe even could be a part of your manifestation, but more importantly, it's part of your life purpose, your life path, the direction that you're supposed to be following. This is something that was written before you even thought it up. Okay. And I feel like you're about to become closer to whatever that is. And it's going to unlock a chain of events that are really significant in your lifetime. All right. So that's what I'm getting here. And the reason I say that is because on the bottom of the deck, we have compass. So it feels like you're going to get some type of navigation or be able to follow your true north, your North Star to getting towards your life path. You could be having a significant discovery this month of July. You could be also seeking the truth of maybe what your purpose is, in this month. It could be very important to you, it could be weighing heavily on you. Feels like you're going to be pointed into the right direction, or you're going to be finding your way this month of July. Something could be starting for you, and you're going to feel like you know where you're going. Okay. So definitely feeling like you're exploring a new realm that's unlocking for you. And I feel like this is going to be prompting you to make a plan because you have like clarity. And it's very special because for me, I don't know if you heard me say this before, but I will always say this. I feel like clarity is one of the biggest blessings in life. Knowing what you're doing and where you're going, that is like so major. It's kind of like, getting the keys of life. When you know something, you can use that information, that knowledge to get ahead. So, a very big blessing for you in this month of July that you don't expect, that you don't even see coming. Some more cards that you got here. We have stars, which I love this card. Okay, it talks about wishes coming true. Also reaching a period of peace. So July could be a very peaceful month for you. It doesn't feel like there's going to be a lot of challenges. Doesn't feel like there's going to be any tension. So a very peaceful and harmonious month. There could be a miracle that's happening. Something about your dreams could be coming true. You could be feeling very blessed in July. Something is restoring your hope or your optimism. You could also be falling in love. So love is coming out as well. All right. During the nighttime, something could be coming towards you, or you may get a sudden breakthrough during night. And this could also be while you're dreaming. So pay attention to your dreams in the month of July. Feels like you're feeling very inspired here. And you also have this energy of feeling guided, like something is really guiding you to what you're supposed to do and your life purpose. All right, we have the card of balance. So again, very, very peaceful month of July, feeling balanced, feeling like things are in order or things are getting back to order, whatever. All right, so you will be feeling very centered in the month of July. You could be meditating a lot, or you could be in a meditative state, which is really nice. You could be integrating some type of opposing force. And also with that too, that's very special. But also with that too, if there was any tension between you and someone else, you guys could be coming together, and that may be something that you didn't see coming. All right. There also is a flow that's happening in your life. You could be feeling complete. You'll have awareness. Things will be feeling just right for you. You have equality. So karma could be working in your favor, and your well-being will be in a very positive state. Okay. So really, really good things so far. This one is very interesting. You have birds here, and you also have letter, okay? So you could be communicating with someone, you could be negotiating something that's working out in your favor. There's an energy of being chatty and very communicative. You may be debating something, and again, something could be going in your favor. You could be discussing something that felt flighty or flies by the night could be staying or show that it has permanence in your life. You could be getting out of a nervous state. So if you are normally very anxious or you have a lot of nerves about something, there could be an opportunity coming through or some type of breakthrough that's going to make you feel more centered about it. And you're not going to be so nervous. You're not going to worry or doubt yourself. All right. So also someone could be texting you or calling you of significance. So we're going to see what that is. And of course you have letter here. So there's some communication or an offer or some news that's making its way towards you. Or you could be making contact with someone of significance that could be changing your whole direction in life. So it's very, very interesting. All right. So with that being said, let's pull some messages for my Saggies. What are they not expecting this month of July? Feels like you're reaching some type of turning point this month. So good for you. We're going to see what comes out. But what are my Sagittarius and Sagittarius placements not expecting this month of July? Give me some messages. Hmm. All right. What I am seeing here is that there could be an end of a very difficult chapter that you have been through. And I feel like you've been reflecting on this a whole ton. If you could do it all over again, you probably wouldn't. And also, there's an energy of like, if given a better opportunity, you know what to do now. You know how to act. You know what to ask, what questions to ask. You know how to plan ahead. You know who to deal with and who not to deal with. You know what environments to be in. So, again, an end of a very, very painful chapter for you, but you're coming out of it really with like a sense of peace. Okay. The Four of Swords is here. You could have most recently taken a lot of time to yourself and you've been doing a lot of reflecting and maybe even meditating on what has left your life. And you have this energy of wholeness or completion where you know that whatever left was just not for you. And there were a lot of lessons that were taken during this time as well that have taught you a lot. So you have the experience and the wisdom for whatever is about to come towards you in July. All right, so you're seeing that all is not lost, that something better is coming your way. And whatever difficult challenges you went through or the painful period that you're just now closing out, it really taught you things to be prepared for this next season. And again, there's another reminder that if you've been very stressed, if you feel like your responsibilities have been piling on you really high, if you feel like you have been in a place where you're not getting the help that you need, that chapter is coming to an end. Okay, so we have that here with the Ten of Wands. And I feel like also you're being prompted to leave something that feels emotionally unfulfilling, or even if it's just not even emotionally, just unfulfilling. There's maybe a relationship that you're leaving that's not fulfilling you. There could be a job that you're leaving that's not fulfilling you. There could be a way of thinking, a mindset that you are ready to, disregard and adopt a new one. So there's something here. This could also be habits. You could be habit building and you're leaving behind certain things that could have been distractions, things that you were longing for, but just didn't give you a sense of purpose. And I feel like you are making those steps to walk away and you're really about to go on some level of exploration here. Okay. You're about to explore something new. And I feel like there's a cup here. You see how she's holding that Ace of Cups? There's a cup here that felt very empty at first, but I feel like something's about to be your cup is about to be filled this month. Okay. So something that looked like it wasn't, you could have been checking on this cup every day, like, oh my God, do I have something to drink from? Do I have something to rejuvenate myself? And it's just been empty for so long, but it's about to be filled. And I feel like you're about to be given the Ace of Cups, something that's going to make you feel really happy and whole inside, something that could be a passion of yours. And it could be something life changing, like a lot of time in life, it feels like we're in this rat race, and it feels like there's not a lot of time to do the things that make you smile and make you happy. I feel very strongly that what's about to come towards you is something that's going to fulfill you very deeply, that brings a huge smile on your face, that you enjoy doing every day. And yeah, I just get that vibe. Okay. So let's go ahead and clarify this 10 of Wands. What can you tell me about the 10 of Wands here for Sag? All right, so there is a sudden change that's happening. It feels like a disruption, okay? And also a reality check that you could have went through. I feel like you checked yourself recently, Sag. I don't know what that's about. You could have checked yourself. Maybe you said something or did something in a conversation or maybe at an event that you feel like shame or guilt behind, and you checked yourself. Maybe you've been walking around just too worried about stress, and maybe that brought in sadness or anger. And I feel like you've kind of like checked yourself about it. This could also be habits as well. So I feel like there's been a reality check here, and there's something here where you could have realized that you could have been making your life harder than it needs to be based off of holding on to something or repeating the same thing over and over again. All right. Also, too, I feel like you're narrowing down your dreams. Usually we have the 7 of Cups here. So, anybody that you speak to has dreams and goals that they aspire to. But the problem can be is that we accumulate too many, and we really have to narrow something down to have progress towards that goal or that dream. So I feel like most recently you have found or you're going to in the month of July, you found what is most important to you. And you're also not looking at something with shiny object syndrome. You know that something needs to be nurtured or built up, and you're ready to discover or explore that realm. And you are disregarding other things that could have just been distractions, other cups here. Okay. So there's one cup here that's about to be filled for you. And it's really allowing you to figure out what you're meant to do in this lifetime. All right, so there's a sudden revelation here. Even with the tower, something is disrupting. Something is showing you that you did not have to go about things in such a hard manner or in a stressful manner, or even if something felt burdensome, there's another route that is unlocking for you, and you're able to just drop the burden. Okay, something was just too difficult to get off the ground, and you could be abandoning this and going towards something much more fruitful, but also more passionate to you. Okay. All right. Also, I feel like once you come to this realization, whether it's a sign from God or maybe you're going to meet someone exceptional that's going to really give you or reaffirm this idea that you've already had, I feel like you're going to come up with a game plan. You get very decisive and serious about whatever this is. You come up with some type of strategy, and you know that this is something to be built or something to implement over time. You know it's not happening overnight. But there's something really fun about that. Another thing that I'm seeing too, like if you have big goals or dreams, you really have checked yourself to, or you come to some type of sudden realization to enjoy the journey, enjoy building, enjoy building what you're doing, enjoy the journey. It's like you're creating, those Lego sets that you want to complete and finish, or even if you're trying to make like a puzzle, there's something really beautiful about enjoying building the puzzle, building that Lego set, and not just enjoying when you complete it. Okay. So there's definitely a reality check here with that. And I feel like your life is about to become much more happier once you actually, stop and smell the roses, and you're not just hustling and grinding, but you remember to have fun. You remember to enjoy, building something up. You're not just so stressed anymore. All right. So that's what I feel like is happening for you. There's a shift in the way that you're moving and how you're doing things, and even in your daily grind where you're having more fun with it. All right. So you are walking away from something here. And just as you're walking away, something happens to you. You have like clarity is coming in. We have the Ace of Swords, which is the card of clarity. All right, so tell me about the Eight of Cups. All right, Three of Pentacles. Some of you guys have walked away from a job recently and you're about to land yourself in a much more position of power, is what I'm seeing. All right, some of you guys could be walking away from some type of dynamic. There could be a thought of a certain like partnership, maybe with a friend, maybe with a sibling, someone that you're very familiar with, and it feels like you're walking away from that as well. You definitely have collaboration here. So there's something that's happening for you in July that involves other people. And I think that's why we have the card of the birds, because you definitely need to go out there and network. This is a really good time to meet new people, to socialize, to go to certain events, to speak about your goals, or even exchange, right? Especially with the Three of Pentacles, like bartering services. This is what I have to offer. This is what I went to school for. This is my expertise. This is my knowledge or my experiences. How can I be of service to you as as service to me? So there's some type of exchange of help that's coming towards you, and it's landing you a really, really beautiful position with that Ten of Pentacles. Now, again, this is not something that can be attained overnight. Sometimes you do get a nice little windfall in your life, but this is legacy building. This is your life path. This is fulfillment of your purpose on life and something that you're going to build and be able to stamp your name in the ground. You know, you're going to be well known for this. You're going to have a very important role. You could be doing something that's going to feed your family for generations. You could be really setting up your finances for great success in the future, you know? And it feels like it has to be done within collaboration, meeting like minded souls, getting together and seeing what you guys can create or build together. Okay. And again, there's this energy of walking away from what you could have already been working on. And look at this, right? Like this masterpiece that this person has been working on, it's a symbol of how stressed out they've been. It's a symbol of how stressed out they've been. It's a symbol of how they've been carrying this load or this burden, you know? So, like, whatever you are walking away from has been very burdensome. And even if you feel like you've been striving for achievement with that, there's something else out there for you, okay? And there's somewhere where your skills will be better noted and have better reward. And it's incredible reward with the Ten of Pentacles here. Same about the Three of Pentacles. All right, so you're about to take a change in direction. You're also about to take a leap of faith. This requires you to get very bold and do something that makes you nervous. And that's why we got even, again, birds. You could be very nervous to socialize, to put yourself out there, to express yourself, to network. You know, it could be very nerve-wracking for you. It's not something that is usual for you. And something is calling for you to be very bold and try to take a leap of faith. Okay. Also, knowing that you have freedom here, you're not the bird in the cage that cannot do for themselves. So use that freedom to get bold and to make connections, because I feel like in July, something very significant is happening with that. It could be like, even if you're going to like go to some random event by yourself and you're so nervous about it, but that may unlock that special connection that you need to get ahead. Okay. So, or even at work, speaking to that higher up, that's kind of nerve-wracking to speak to, and very intimidating, but just pulling them to the side, maybe after the meeting, and just expressing to them that you're looking for growth. You know, those little things can lead to really big things here. So wherever you have been self-sabotaging your growth, and not only just connecting with people and speaking up and speaking out, but even when it comes to habit building, the habits that you know self-sabotage the identity that you need to hold this abundance that you're calling in, is I feel like in July, you're going to surprise yourself. What you're not expecting is that you're actually going to get out of the cage. You're going to unstuck yourself. Okay. So whatever, you know, has brought you shame or guilt because you felt like you just kept repeating the same thing over and over again, you're getting out of that this month. and it may come natural to you. Okay. Obviously, you have to give yourself an extra push, but it may come naturally. You may actually land on your feet this time. All right, let's talk about this clarity, this truth, maybe even this special information that's unlocking for you in the month of July and what that means moving forward. Tell me about the Ace of Swords for my Saggies. What can you tell me? Wow. Okay. So you're getting a piece of information that feels destined with the star. Okay. And it feels like a dream come true. Everything that this card says, hold on, let me pull it up. So we have the star here, right? And we have the stars here. So there's some piece of information that's coming towards you, or maybe even a contact through conversation, communication. And it's going to be a wish coming true for you. It could be a miracle that's happening. It's something that restores your optimism or your faith. And also, it's part of your life path with this star being here as well. Okay, so something is definitely like there's some rejuvenation here that's happening for you. It's like when you leave a conversation feeling refreshed, feeling like you got a weight off your shoulder. Okay, this could be because maybe you're being bold and actually speaking when you usually stay quiet, and that feels refreshing. Or maybe a conversation goes very well. Maybe you're able to exchange contacts with someone here, and that feels very refreshing as well. The star usually talks about fame or recognition or, like, visibility. So this could be a piece of information that could help you. You could be connecting with someone who has some type of popularity or fame, or some type of celebrity. Or this is a conversation about visibility, getting you out there, getting your name out there. Okay. And it feels like with the Knight of Pentacles, again, there's a process here. So it's not like connecting or having a conversation and then you get results, in the next week. There's a process here. There's something about being dutiful, keeping up your end of the bargain to the universe, continuing to work, be consistent, be reliable to what you're trying to work towards. There's an energy of also like a guarantee, because the Knight of Pentacles for me as a reader is my guarantee card. When this card comes out, I know something's going to happen for someone, no matter what the circumstance is. The only issue here is that it may be slow moving. It takes time to happen, but we love slow moving energy because once it's guaranteed to happen, you know that it has longevity, it's sustainable, and you have built up the character to hold it for a lifetime. Okay, so whatever this conversation that's happening, maybe you're speaking about something that seems so far fetched, it's a guarantee for you. Or if you're connecting with someone that may, be like this star energy to help your dreams come true in whatever way that is, it's a guarantee to happen. Expect it to be slow moving though. Okay. So that's definitely something I want to keep you aware about. Think about the star here. All right, we have the King of Swords. So this could involve someone who is highly protective, maybe of their energy, or someone who could be a little intimidating, someone who comes off detached or cold. So there could be some intimidation here of feeling like, I don't know if I landed things well, or I don't know if I landed the position, the job, or I don't know if this person, sees me as an asset. But I feel like this person could be very serious. And again, they may be slow moving, but there's a guarantee here. I see that you may be a little nervous. You could be overthinking things whenever this happens, but it is a guarantee for you. What can you tell me about the Knight of Pentacles? Why things could be moving slow, or what's going to happen with that? All right, we have the Empress. So this is definitely a connection that needs to be nurtured. So it's like checking in, sending emails, maybe, speaking if you see this person in passing, or this could be a situation, an opportunity that needs to be nurtured, something that you need to tend to and be consistent with the Knight of Pentacles, whatever that may mean, whether that's communicating, whether that is writing or sending emails, whether that is calling, whether that is saying hello, keeping up conversation, increasing that network. There's something here that needs to be nurtured. Okay. There's also a lot of abundance here, okay? So this is like a circle of abundance, whether you're moving into that circle or this is someone who has a lot of abundance, they have a lot to offer here. There's a lot that's going to rub off on you that makes you very, very abundant and gives you a lot of growth and expansion in your life, whatever category this may be. What I see happening for you towards, the end of July and even moving into August is the Page of Swords. So I see that you are keeping up by watching. This could be hovering even on this opportunity, okay? You also could be prompted to do your research. You also could be prompted to brush up on your communication skills because the Page with the Swords is someone who, may struggle to get their words out for it to land perfectly, may struggle with their speech, may struggle expressing themselves. Okay. So there's something about doing your research during this time to come up with this plan because something is kicking off for you. And even it being slow moving may help you to prepare. All right. So this is like a card of preparation that I see here. And I see that you're doing your research here. You're getting well informed so that when the opportunity lands, you're going to be so prepared to move forward. You're going to feel confident in your capabilities. You're going to know that you add value to whatever this is. Clarify the Page of Swords. This could be like even brushing up on your interview skills. Like it's never a bad idea to ask someone close to you to help interview you and coming up with your responses is never a bad time to do that. No matter how much of an expert you are, how far ahead you are in your career, it's always good to brush up on that. Think about the Page of Swords. I feel like we're getting so many confirmation noises. All right, so we have the Eight of Wands. Definitely want to do your research, whatever this is that feels very promising for you, because it's a guarantee to happen. I don't know how many times I have to say that. And you know what? We're expecting it to be slow moving, but something's going to pick up, especially in August season. Something is going to pick up for you very quickly. Okay, there could be a lot of communication coming to you, and you're going to have to keep up with that communication and go back and forth. All right, so this could be like negotiation for some of you as well. You're going to have to be ready. You're going to have to put yourself out there, negotiate your value. All right, or this could be like lots of messages coming in, lots of calls coming in, someone getting back to you. You need to show that you're prepared to move forward. You need to feel confident in that. Also, the Five of Swords. Know that whatever this is that's happening for you, there's a lot of competition to get that. Some people may play dirty, okay? Some people may have jealousy, envy for the position that you're about to hold. There could be a lot of people competing against you and trying to throw you off, okay? So it's really about, really preparing yourself because you're getting something that a lot of people are seeking. The good thing is that what's for you is for you. So this is obviously something of your life path or your purpose and meant to you and is already written before you even came on this earth. But it doesn't mean that there won't be some competitors along the way that play dirty. Clarify the Five of Swords here. What can you tell me about that? You could be entering a very competitive industry, okay? Or even if you have a passion that you're about to put out into the world, there's something very competitive about it. You need to be very mentally strong to deal with whatever this is. Think about the Five of Swords. Yeah, so during this time, it's a really good time for you to increase your determination, your motivation, and your stamina. Also, that very difficult period that you went through, yes, it was really harsh and it was hard, but it built character so that you can become the chariot. And the chariot just talks about like, even if there are competitors coming your way, right? Even if there is going to be challenges that come your way, you're going to be able to move past it much easier. And it's not going to be such a big deal anymore. So maybe you did have to go through that difficult season to build character, to become stronger and more resilient. All right. But this definitely feels like career for some of you guys. Definitely feels like career, or it's helping you to move on from a very difficult time in your life and move forward, move on up. All right. This is your season of moving on up and forward. Definitely time to do your research and brush up on your skills. You want to know what you're talking about, is what I'm hearing as well. Anything else? Two of Cups. This really involves another person here. This could be this King of Swords energy. So, with the Star and the King of Swords, it does give Aquarius vibes, but this could just be someone who has a lot of intimidation. They may be a little rigid. They come off a little detached or aloof. Doesn't feel like you're connecting with them at first. All right. But I do see that there's going to be a very strong bond that you and this person may hold. They may be an incredible business partner. They could be a really good colleague or reference for you. They could be like someone who will mentor you, a guide. This could be someone who's actually permitting you moving on up, whether this is like a boss. And it feels like you guys will build a really good relationship. So, really, if you are a Sagittarius that it kind of frightens you to kind of like put yourself out there or to make connections, you really want to be bold and try to see it through, because I feel like this is part of your destiny. Okay. You really want to try to get that confidence up and make that connection. And this is a thing, practice makes perfect, right? So the more that you put yourself out there, the more that you network and you talk and you reach out, it becomes more natural to you. All right. So that's something that I want to tell you as well. Let's get an angel message for you. All right. Give me a message for my Saggies for their month of July. What do they need to keep in mind? Any advice or anything that you feel like they should be aware of? Please give us a message for Sagittarius in July. All righty. The messages that you got today, Sag, we have the Seven of Ariel, and we also have the Eight of Gabriel. Okay, so let's talk about it. The Seven of Ariel, it says, you have invested wisely. Have patience and wait for the harvest. Review your progress and make plans for your next endeavor. All right, the Seven of Ariel for Sag. Your seeds are well planted. However, some plans do take time to develop. Now is not the moment to stop, as success is very probable. You may not see it clearly, but slow and steady progress is being made. Have patience, it's almost time. This is a good opportunity to pause and review how far you've come. Are things moving along as you planned? If not, what changes might you make in the future? If you're at the end of a project, don't linger too long finishing it up. The next success awaits your attention. Additional meanings of this card: a temporary pause, a welcome break in the action, pondering future strategies and determination. All right, so there was a lot of confirmation with those messages. And now let's talk about the Eight of Gabriel. There was so much confirmation that I don't even need to talk about it, okay? All right, Eight of Gabriel. So this one says a great deal of activity, sudden and immediate results, important communication. Confirmation. I'm just telling y'all, it's confirmation. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about that. All right, the Eight of Gabriel. Suddenly, things are moving at a very fast pace. All delays are over, and now the sky is the limit. It may be a little overwhelming, but it also feels good to see your plans moving forward. It could feel as though there are too many things going on at once. So it will be necessary to stay grounded. It's important to have a very organized plan so that things don't spin out of control. New information or messages come your way. It's a good time to promote yourself or your business. Communication is accurately received by all parties right now. Additional meanings of this card: too many balls in the air, flashes of inspiration and immediate results. And again, so much confirmation in these messages, I don't even have to say anything. Like, that's on point, okay? All right, guys. So that's what I have for you. Of course, I'm going to take this to the extended. We have to get so many messages about maybe who you're going to be connecting with, how you can best like relate to them, or even create this bond that you may need for that next step. Also, these fast changes that are coming in, what you can expect with that, what's going to help to ground you, what should be your plan of action. So if you're interested in those deeper messages from this reading, definitely follow me to the extended. The link will be in the description box down below. Also, it will be in the comment section down below. If you see that I have been doing a lot of extended readings and you want all of the extended readings that I have put out on this channel, I do have an extended reading membership. It's called the Vault. So before you buy the extended, definitely check out the Sagittarius Vault. I have all extendeds that I've done since this channel has started, and you get it for such a great price of a membership. So definitely check that out before purchasing the extended if that is something for you. With that being said, I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. Please like the video and hype the video before you go. Comment down below and let me know what resonates for you. Also, guys, subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out on our next Sagittarius video coming out very soon. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, bye.